Hi, I'm Dr. Angila Jaeggli with Sage Health TV, and I'm here with your weekly health booster. Today I'm going to talk about infrared sauna. Time magazine actually released an article all about the health benefits of infrared, and you may be seeing that more in your gym or even in your yoga studio, and many people will purchase an infrared sauna for their home. So today we have one at the clinic, and I want to get into the benefits. How is this benefiting? How does this treatment benefit you? I have to say, I have access to a lot of different amazing modalities at our clinic, and infrared is on the top of my list. It is probably one of my favorites, and maybe has to do with less of, clinical reason of why it's one of my favorites, but it is one of the benefits. Actually, it's super, super stress relieving. And so at the end of a long day, I'm going to get in that sauna and I'm going to sweat, for 30 minutes while I'm processing my day. And actually that is one of the benefits that I'll get into, but one I want to start with that it's well known for is detoxification. And there are good studies on this that, as we have so much exposure in our environment of, different fat soluble chemicals that would be like pesticides or BPA or other chemicals we might be using in our home, that will get into our tissues. And what they found is that through infrared, it will actually help these cells release those chemicals. It will come out through your skin. The same thing with heavy metals. So these days, unfortunately, I would say almost all of the people that I screen for heavy metals have heavy metals in their system. And it just, these days, it's the world we live in, likely to have some arsenic or lead or cadmium. And so again, we get another really nice benefit. You're relaxing, and you're going to have better release of that arsenic, and it's going to come through your skin. And another important reason to shower after you do a sauna. But it can be a standalone therapy for heavy metal treatment, or many times I incorporate it with a larger protocol, especially if somebody has high levels or a particular medical condition that's a little more concerning or significant. So great benefit there, and most people feel that, they feel better, they feel cleansed, after they do sauna or infrared sauna. And actually one thing I want to mention, the difference between, what like a regular sauna you might get at your gym that is just, the rocks where they're doing steam or just general dry heat. So infrared is actually part of the spectrum of the sun. But it does not have any of the particular rays that are going to burn you or cause skin cancer. And it can penetrate up to about 2 inches into your tissue. And so you get a pretty deep release when that tissue is heated up and the infrared rays penetrate, of change, affecting those cells and detoxification of those cells. So very different. And another important thing I want to point out that, you don't really want to get any infrared sauna. Many of them are made in China that are used with a lot of toxic chemicals and toxic glues that are going to release whenever you turn that sauna on. So you want to find a very reputable company that has organic, wood without heavy chemicals and very light, more like, they just put it together without all the glues and other, adhesive things like that, which is the kind that we have here in our clinic. So let's get into the next benefit. So there is cardiovascular benefit, and they've seen great studies on this. So what happens when people are in this particular type of heat? The heart rate speeds up, and what they've seen is that there's actually cardiovascular improvement, just like someone has been jogging for that period of time. It might be a light jog, but especially if you're someone who, for maybe it's for whatever reason, an injury, or you have particular health conditions that don't allow you to be able to exercise in that way, it is a very gentle, safe way to elevate the heart rate, and then you get the benefits of actually having your heart rate elevated during that sustained time. So that is cardiovascular improvement in risk, and that includes like your stroke, heart attack, hypertension, and other types of, plaque formation, things like that. So fantastic benefit. And they've even seen in people who are very athletic, that, they have to push it a little more because their heart is already really well trained. But if they get it to a state where the heart rate stays consistently elevated, and usually they're at a little higher heat, they can also see benefit. And that might be, for them, a way to relax as well as be able to push their heart a little. So third benefit, coming into just relaxation and stress. So amazing studies on, across the board. They see, better mood improvement when people work on stress reduction, better hormone balancing, better energy, better sleep. These are all things that have been tied to activities that reduce stress. And so again, coming back to, me being in the sauna, that, that is completely, it's so calming, so relaxing. And, part of the bigger picture when we're thinking about, looking at a plan for someone for like holistic wellness, I really like to incorporate it. If we're looking at, again, pushing detoxification or working on cardiovascular health. And there are other, other benefits out there that have also been talked about that you'll see sometimes, how you look, how you feel. And so that could also work. So looking at like, how often do you want to do sauna? I would say a minimum of like 10 sessions, like one a week for 10 weeks. A lot of times people feel, that they continue to benefit if they continue after 10 sessions. But I feel like we really get a good foundational basis of movement and change in people if we get in a good solid 10 sessions. So thank you so much for joining me today. Love to hear from you. You can reach us at sagemedclinic.com. Take care.